Top 7 World's Most Insane Military Exercises. Number 7. The Road to Heaven. Taiwan Marines. Militaries all over the world seek to recruit the best soldiers possible. In order to weed out the many applicants, they've introduced rigorous exercises ensuring only the top recruits make the cut. In Taiwan, the military has opted to put their soldiers through both mental and physical stress. This ensures that the soldier can endure the toughest battle conditions. The Road to Heaven test is the final stage of a 9-week intensive amphibious training program. It requires trainees to execute various exercises, including a leopard crawl along a 150-foot-long path that is littered with jagged corals and rocks. As the recruits slowly crawl across the sharp and jagged terrain, they experience extreme pain as they're cut to shreds. All recruits participating in this final exercise have been awake for over 4 days non-stop, making the course even more challenging. Number 6. The Firewalk. Belarusian Special Forces. Belarus is known as the last dictatorship in Europe. A key ingredient to any dictatorship is a strong and feared military. The Interior Ministry of Belarus is in charge of the country's security forces, and soldiers of the ministry often go through incredible training courses that include physical tests and obstacles in adverse conditions. Servicemen from the special unit are undoubtedly tough guys. To prove exactly how tough they are, and to be accepted into the ministry's elite Red Berets, they must complete these extreme courses. The initial test includes a 10K quick march, followed by an extreme assault course, hand-to-hand fighting, storming a high-rise building, and acrobatics. Their commanders throw in extra challenges to make things even harder, such as trying to knock new recruits off the balance beam with car tires and live gunfire. On average, it takes recruits 5 to 6 attempts to earn a spot in the coveted Red Berets. Thus, only the fittest manage to do so. Number 5. Cobra Blood Cocktail, U.S. Marines. These days, becoming an elite soldier is a nearly impossible task. With a barrage of mental and physical tests, gone are the days when a few push-ups and an obstacle course proved a soldier's worth. United States Marines training now includes drinking cobra blood and ripping the heads off chickens with your bare teeth. An 11-day exercise called Cobra Gold is held every year in Thailand. It's comprised of around 13,000 soldiers from the United States, Singapore, Indonesia, Japan, and South Korea. The course covers amphibious assault, humanitarian relief, and the evacuation of friendly forces, as well as jungle survival techniques. After being taught how to properly kill venomous cobras by naval instructors, Marines are encouraged to experience drinking the animal's blood, as cobra's blood is said to have many nutrients and can help sustain a soldier in an emergency. Many of the men happily oblige, tipping their heads back while the blood is squeezed out of the snake's body and into their mouths. Other unique rituals include killing a chicken by biting off its head and eating a cobra's tail. Number 4. Shot to the chest. Russian Special Forces. The Russian Special Forces combat a wide array of threats from domestic terrorists to international criminals. This means they must be prepared for any event that may unfold. Recruits are subjected to unique and dangerous training exercises to ensure that they can handle the job. These exercises are part of a specialized Russian confidence training course. One of their most daring techniques includes shooting each other in the chest. The idea behind the exercise is to prepare men if they are ever to be shot. Some soldiers end up wounded while others just take hits to the vest. Whatever the outcome, the men must be able to return fire quickly and accurately. Trainees are also tested in a crowded environment where they must navigate through people while firing at targets. Shots pass mere inches from the volunteers playing innocent bystanders. This exercise helps teach soldiers about how stress affects one's concentration. Number 3. Cold water training, U.S. Navy SEALs. We've all heard of the infamous Navy SEALs. They're known to perform some of the most secretive and dangerous work in the world. But what many of us don't know exactly is how these brave men train for their job. Navy SEAL trainees endure extreme surf torture, also known as cold water conditioning. First, being covered head to toe in mud, the men have their arms and legs bound as part of drown proofing. The recruits must bob up and down 20 times, float for 5 minutes, swim to the shallow end of the pool, and turn around without touching the bottom. They must then retrieve a face mask from the bottom of the pool. The insanity doesn't end there either. A BUDS instructor will also attack the trainees in the pool and simulate a combat of drowning victim. Number 2. The Sludge Run, British Royal Marines. Our next course is specially designed to turn boys into men. The Royal Marines' highly feared Mud Run is the most grueling part of a 32-week training course that is said to turn civilians into commandos. And after learning more, you'll understand why even the top recruits dread it. The recruits are forced to spend up to 45 minutes at a time performing extreme physical tasks in mud so thick they can barely move. Exhausted, demoralized, and covered from head to toe in terrible-smelling sea sludge. Their uniforms offer little protection from the putrid mud, as their superiors bark orders at them to do press-ups and crawl on their hands and knees through the shore. These Royal Marine hopefuls participate as they dream one day of wearing the coveted Green Beret, marking them as the most elite of Britain's fighting forces. Number 1. Hand Grenade Hot Potato, People's Liberation Army of China. Our number 1 spot is earned by a military whose soldiers literally risk life and death before ever reaching the battlefield. Training an army is no easy task. It involves great discipline, precision, and courage that can be called upon in times of war. However, soldiers in China take this idea to the next level. As a training exercise to harden the soldiers, a life and death game of hot potato is played with real hand grenades. The pin is pulled as the men huddle in a circle and pass the explosive off to one another. This game continues until the very last second when the soldier holds it down a hole and dives for cover as it explodes. This insanely dangerous game is said to help harden the soldiers and teach them how to think quickly under extreme stress.
Thanks for watching Top-Notch Stories. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button below and ring the bell for notifications.